I'm at Fresno State today to learn how to run the speech arts studio. CMAC is contracted to take care of it, and that's usually Terry's job, but he's going on vacation next week, and Caesar and I are going to kind of tag team taking care of the studio, but I need to learn how to do it. It is kind of cool because this is the studio that I learned all of my background in live broadcasting, live streaming, but I haven't been here in many years, so. Oh. Wheels up. Yeah, I haven't been here in many years, so I don't know what's different. I think things are quite a bit different now. Maybe I'll get food at the bucket for old time's sake. I filmed the Bear Arms video in this classroom many years ago. It still smells the same in here.
And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're on.
Bring a music cue.
Today on Fresno State Focus, we take to the skies and learn about the Air National Guard based in Fresno.
Cool, now I'm all caught up for when I gotta go hold things down at the Fresno State studio. But yeah, Terry's not leaving next week, but the week after to go on vacation. The campus is not that different from when I was here, but there's some new stuff. It's pretty cool, and it's always cool to be back in that old studio. Terry was telling me that studio was built in the 60s, and he was there in the 70s, and then I was there in the early 2000s. And then all these other students are doing a good job with the Fresno State Focus news show, getting some good experience for when they're ready to look for jobs and be able to have a reel of real news work done. I wanted to talk about the announcement that DJI made this morning. They announced a new camera, and it's like a cinema camera with a built-in gimbal. There's tons of details. You could watch one of the hundreds of people's videos that they got one early and talk about it, from Potato Jet to Peter McKinnon to Armando. But the weird thing is, they didn't give any female creators the camera to check out beforehand. That's really unfortunate. Valentina V on Twitter pointed that out this morning. I know that filmmaking is a male-dominated role, but there are plenty of great female creators that are awesome and would have killed it at doing a first look or review of this camera. So hopefully DJI can get this into Valentina and other great women creators' hands to make stuff about. I think the camera is cool. I think we need more cameras that can record Apple ProRes RAW natively. Blackmagic RAW is great, but Final Cut doesn't support Blackmagic RAW. ProRes RAW is fantastic, and DaVinci Resolve doesn't exactly do ProRes RAW, but it's very easy to put those in a ProRes HQ format and get tons of great looking footage. 8K at 75 frames per second is pretty wild. But if you do ProRes RAW, I think like a terabyte's only going to get 2 minutes. Gilbert and I were talking about it. And yeah, you'll get like 2 minutes of 8K, 75 frames per second, which, you know, you're probably doing slow motion B-roll for that. But if you're recording at 24, that's still, what, 4 minutes worth? It's not a lot of time. But I don't think this is a camera that like a lot of people are just gonna own, unless you do a lot of sports and action stuff where you're running around with a camera. You may own it. But for me, I think I would love to have projects where I would need to rent it, but I'm not gonna drop $7,000 or $11,000 just for essentially a really fancy GoPro. So it's cool, but yeah, get diverse folks. Like it's cool. We got Asian creators. You know, DJI is a Chinese-owned based company. So there are a lot of Asian creators who got their hands on it ahead of time. I love that Rachel Morrison, a cinematographer who worked on Black Panther, got her hands on it, but none of the like YouTube level creators that are women got it. I also learned that, you know, I talked about the Google Pixel 6 and 6 Pro yesterday. Google is doing a double embargo for their phones. So they sent the phones out to a lot of people, but they said, you know, for your videos at launch, when we announce the phone, you can only say so much and show so much of the phone. And then only after a second date can you really review the phone. So the first video that people are going to make about it, or the first articles that someone's going to write about it, are only just the stats, just regurgitating what Google does during their announcement. But it's not like a true review. So all the headlines come out and all these videos come out, but then only weeks later can a real review get made. So it's kind of disingenuous. I think MKBHD did a really good video about double embargoes and why they're not cool. Maybe it was someone else. I don't know. If I can find the video, I'll put it in the doobly-doo. But yeah, don't do that. Don't do double embargoes, and don't only give men the early access to stuff, or not enough of a diverse group early access. So, all right, I'll get off my soapbox, but these things matter. Representation matters. Diverse voices matter. So it's Community Media Day. Check out CMAC's Twitter and Instagram posts about that. There's some cool stuff, why community media matters. And it's very much in line with that, giving voices who aren't always heard an opportunity to be heard. And that's why I'm here. So I got to run, but I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.